Nostradamus' life was a typical medieval mix of reason and superstition. Born in France in 1503, he was a physician, an astrologer, and a fluent speaker of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. And according to his thousands of fans around the world, he was also #1 top dog at predicting the future. World War II, the atomic bomb, the assassination of JFK, the moon landings. He saw them all coming, apparently. But how did he manage to predict all these things? What method did he use to see so far through time and space? It would appear that Nostradamus was a bit of a 16th century hippie. Just before having one of his visions, he would deprive himself of sleep and then get high as a kite using mild hallucinogenics like nutmeg.
That is absolutely far out, man.
He would then look into a candle flame and start prognosticating. As you can imagine, he'd then come up with all manner of rather odd stuff, into which his followers have since read all kinds of other stuff.
Mobbers will then soon die, and there will come a dreadful destruction of people and animals, and loads of other stuff like that, you see.
Well, that was weird. But Nostradamus claimed that in the future, more enlightened people would better understand his garbled verses. Enlightened people like hypnotherapist and past life regressionist Dolores Cannon.
I've been involved in hypnosis for about 40 years. I became a past life therapist exclusively almost 30 years ago. In those days, there wasn't anyone doing it out there, and it was considered work of kooks or New Age freaks.
Dolores is a retired Navy wife from Huntsville, Arizona. She also claims to be the last person to have spoken to Nostradamus, 420 years after he died.
I was working with a woman, and we went back into a past life where she was a student of Nostradamus in the 1500s in France. Suddenly she said,
"He wants to speak to you."
What does he want to say? And what occurred is not channeling, and it is not hypnosis in the normal way. She was in the middle, and she would hold up her hand to me to be quiet, and she would listen, and then she would tell me what he was saying. And then she would repeat what I was saying to him. So it was like being in the middle, transferring the communication back and forth. And she said,
"He's trying to find a link into the future."
Because he could see that his prophecies were not being correctly interpreted.